One of the most common questions that I get is, what should I eat for weight loss? Well, in this video, I'm gonna walk you through an extensive breakdown of my fat loss grocery staples. These are things that my family buys on repeat and that have allowed me to get lean and stay lean at around 10 to 12% body fat year round. And to make it even more fun and informative, I will occasionally throw up pictures of real meals that I use these products to make that I eat, my family eats, and our weight loss clients eat on a regular basis. So in no particular order, let's dive in. Starting over here on the right, we have bare bones chicken breast. No explanation needed here, just a super lean protein. I also frequently buy 96% lean ground beef, which you cannot see. It's in this container. I did not buy a new package to show you, but I always make sure that I buy 96% lean ground beef. I use that in so many different recipes. I just used it this weekend to make a chip dip for me and my family from our cookbook. I use it for the beef stroganoff recipe that I make for my family. I use it for smash burgers all the time. We probably eat smash burgers in this house literally every single day. My other favorite very lean protein is going to be raw shrimp. I always buy peeled and deveined, so it's not much work as I am making them. And shrimp is one of the leanest, probably the leanest protein that you could possibly get outside of egg whites. And they're just so easy to cook. You can thaw these in literally 3 minutes under some warm water, season them up, throw them on a grill, throw them in the skillet, and they're ready in like 3 minutes because they don't take very long to cook. So I love these. I add these to tons of recipes in my cookbook, and I just throw them with a lot of meals just to up the protein content because it's so quick and easy to make, and it's really hard to mess these up. Next on my list is Atlantic salmon. I absolutely love Atlantic salmon. The thing about salmon is it is higher in fat and higher in calories than most other things that people would consider a protein. In fact, most salmon is actually a little bit more fat calories than it is protein calories. So I tend to treat salmon like it's a fat in my meals, and I like to pair it with leaner proteins like shrimp to get the protein of the meal up a little bit. Season this up, bake it in the oven with some roasted vegetables, and it is so good. We eat this all the time. Next, we get into some of my favorite chicken nugget and chicken tender products. Now, you guys have, if you followed this channel for long enough, you have noticed that I've already talked many times about Real Good brand chicken nuggets and chicken tenders. They recently reformulated these, so they are slightly higher calorie, higher fat than they used to be. They're still an amazing product, but these have taken a second place seat in my house to these right here. And these are from Kroger. These are their Simple Truth brand lightly breaded chicken tenders and chicken nuggets. These are about 130 calories per 4 ounces, and they have 21 grams of protein, which makes these probably the leanest breaded chicken product on the market that I have found. It used to be the Real Good chicken tenders and chicken nuggets were the leanest. These have replaced it as the leanest, and I think they taste the absolute best on the market for a high protein, lower calorie breaded chicken product. So I cannot recommend these enough. I use these in so many recipes for our sweet fire chicken in our cookbook. I throw them in the air fryer and just eat them with some fries or something like that. You really can't go wrong with these. There's so many ways you can use them. They're absolutely amazing. You may have also noticed that I have a bag of onion rings here. Now, these are not special onion rings. These are not low calorie. They're not high protein. They're literally just great value onion rings. We use these on recipes like our barbecue smash burger recipe in our cookbook. Just a 3 ounce smash burger patty with lean beef, a low carb bun, some fat-free singles cheese, some sugar-free barbecue. Throw one of these puppies on top, and it is so good. Absolutely amazing. We eat it all the time. So things like this, most people would think they're off limits in a healthy diet, but when you pair something like this with all these other products that are very low calorie, high protein, then it really balances out, and you can find that you can include things like this and like real bacon. Hey, it's Future Matt. I realized when I made this video that I was talking a lot about my cookbook, and I was basically teasing you guys with all these amazing recipes that myself and my clients eat, but you don't have access to. So what I've done is I've gone and picked over 55 of the best recipes from my larger cookbook recipe database that my clients get inside my program at Healthy and Whole, and I've made them into a beautiful PDF cookbook download that you can get access to via a link down in the description description of this video. It has over 55 of the best recipes from my cookbook. They are all 40% protein or higher, most of them closer to 50% protein, 15 minutes or less prep time for almost all of them, 10 ingredients or less, and I source almost all of the ingredients from Walmart, so it's very easy to shop for. So if you would like a lot of the recipes, if not all of them from this video, and a bunch more, you can go and get that via the cookbook link down in the description. Thanks, that's it for now. So I'm not like most people. I don't actually tend to buy turkey bacon. I like to buy just regular old bacon. I do like to find bacon products that are as low of calorie as I can find per slice. So these are the Hormel Natural Choice bacon. It is 2 slices for 100 calories. So 50 calories a slice is not bad for a bacon product. And again, I use these a lot in a lot of our breakfast burrito recipes, our breakfast sandwich recipes in the cookbook. I use these on a new recipe I just put in the cookbook for a teriyaki bacon and cheese smash burger. So we just buy the real thing. We don't mess with turkey bacon in this house, and it's just really good. Next up, we have these turkey dogs. Turkey smoked, let's see here. Smoked turkey white meat franks. And these are really good. I have looked at all sorts of different brands of turkey franks on the market, and these are just by far the lowest calorie, highest protein frank that I have found on the market. These are only 45 calories per turkey dog, and they're about half protein, which is really good. So when you pair one of these with a low-carb hot dog bun and some low-calorie sauce, it's really, really good. One of my favorite things to do with these is I will make the white chicken chili recipe or the regular chili recipe from my cookbook, and I will use these with the low-carb bun, some fat-free singles or something like that, or some shredded cheddar, and I will make chili dogs with these, and they're so good. All right, next up we have powdered peanut butters. So these are just a great alternative to regular peanut butters. Obviously, regular peanut butter is a lot of calories and a lot of fat calories. These are about half or a third of the calories of regular peanut butter, and they are way more protein. So only 60 calories per 2 tablespoons for this versus a regular peanut butter is probably gonna be about 190 to 210 calories for 2 tablespoons. So way lower in calorie and way higher in protein. They have a cocoa or a chocolate version as well, which is really good if you need something sweet. So I absolutely love these. I usually will pair these with a sugar-free jam or jelly of some kind. See if I can get that to focus. There we go. This is my favorite one on the market, is the Good, no added sugar Concord grape jelly. It is only 5 calories per tablespoon. So when you pair a couple of tablespoons of this powdered peanut butter with a couple tablespoons of this jam, and then you pair it with a couple slices of a zero-carb bread, which is very high protein in and of itself. It just tastes like your childhood, but it's very low calorie, very high protein, and all of a sudden a peanut butter and jelly sandwich becomes something that you're not trying to avoid, but you can actually eat every day, even multiple times a day if you want, and you can still lose weight. Moving on to talk about some more of the bread or tortilla options. My favorite breads are the Lewis Keto Hawaiian bread. This is my favorite just sliced bread. It's about 35 calories per slice. 0 net carb, which basically means that they take all the starch out of the bread and then replace it with fiber. So if you're a diabetic or a pre-diabetic and you're looking for something to allow you to still eat bread but not really have a huge impact on your blood sugars, this is really good. When you account for the net carbs, this comes out to be a little bit over 50% protein. So, you know, used to when you ate bread, it was like, holy crap, I'm getting a lot of carbs. Now, when I eat these breads, they still taste really good, but I'm getting more protein. It's maybe not the same type of protein as eating grilled chicken, but it's still protein and it's still good for you. So I buy the Lewis Keto Hawaiian bread. I tend to use these Keto Hawaiian burger buns when I make my smash burgers. These are my favorite bun. They're just very moist and soft. And then for hot dog buns, I will either use the Lewis keto hot dog buns, or I will buy these Aunt Millie's Live Carb Smart buns. These are really, really good and not quite zero carb, but still very, very low carb, very, very low calorie. These are 50 calories per bun. So again, you pair these with one of those turkey dogs and some of the other items on this table, and you just have so many options to choose from that are low carb and high protein when you add them all together. They also Lewis makes this cinnamon swirl version of their bread, which is really, really good. I love to throw this into the toaster to make, we have this recipe we call, it's basically just cinnamon toast, cinnamon keto toast, but I call it elephant ear toast because it tastes to me like eating an elephant ear. And I can make 2 slices of this, throw some Cinnadust seasoning on it, which you can see right here. There we go. So this is a Cinnamon Toast Crunch Cinnadust seasoning, which is really, really good. Throw some of this on this and throw it in the toaster, and you have a extremely low calorie, but very satisfying snack that is just so, so good. I eat this all the time. Rounding out our bread and our tortilla options, just some good old fashioned 0 net carb tortillas. These are the La Banderita carb counter tortillas. They're a medium-sized tortilla, 60 calories per tortilla, 4 grams of protein, only 1 gram, it says, of net carb. They taste just like a normal tortilla. So I use these to make our breakfast burritos. I use these to make several taco recipes in our cookbook. I use these to make a taco bake recipe in our cookbook. There's just so many different uses for these. They're just really, really good. So we keep these on hand pretty much all the time. Next up, some of my favorite protein shake and milk options. So obviously for protein shakes, there are so many options out there. I tend to stick pretty heavily to these Premier Protein shakes just because they taste really good. They're easy to find at Walmart or Kroger or pretty much anywhere, and they're competitively priced. But in general, I look for a protein shake that is between 140 and 160 calories per shake with 30 grams of protein. So pretty much any option out there that you find that fits those standards is gonna be good. I use these for creamer in my coffee with a little bit of extra stevia powder for extra sweetness. And that's what I put in my coffee every single morning. I also use these for making our Ninja Creamy ice cream recipes in the cookbook. So we use 1 shake and then we combine it with a few other ingredients and we make ice cream where we can have the entire pint for a meal, or we can have a half pint of ice cream for a high protein snack. And our clients absolutely love that. And I eat ice cream almost every night just for a snack, a bedtime snack, and it totally fits into my day. So these things are always filling up my cupboards, and my wife hates that because I buy so many of them, but they're just so good. Other high protein milks that I'm in love with right now are these Kroger brand. There's other brands, but I like these because they're flavored. So this is their Kroger Carb Master vanilla fat-free ultra filtered milk. And so I like ultra filtered fat-free milks because they are lactose free. They're easier on your tummy. Most people do not have issues with these, even though they might have issues with other dairy, and they're extremely high protein. So I love this vanilla one, and this is their chocolate version. My kids absolutely love these and drink the crap out of them. And they're just like drinking a protein shake, honestly, but they're so good. I use this vanilla one when I eat my cereals. So some of my favorite cereals that I eat lately are these 2 right here from Ghost. So this is a new one that they have that is so good. It is a partnership with Cinnamon Toast Crunch, literally licensed from them. And then this is their PB version, which is kind of like a peanut butter Captain Crunch. And they taste amazing, especially when you pair them with this sweetened, fat-free, high-protein, ultra-filtered milk. You just get an amazing meal. If you need a quick meal, we call it a bowl cereal type meal, just an ultra convenient meal when you're just too tired to cook something, or a great snack if you want to throw something together that's still going to taste like a treat, but it's very, very high protein, low calorie. So these 3 things get paired together all the time. Hey, one more quick thing. If you really like stuff like this, these healthy, high protein, low carb, low calorie grocery swaps that you can easily just swap into your day-to-day eating for great results, then I have a much larger collection of these that I am constantly updating. It's called the Easy Grocery Swaps Collection, and it's something I normally make free to my clients in my program, but I'm making it available to you as well. So if you go down to the description, you click the link in the description, you can get free access to the Easy Grocery Swaps collection. And it's a much larger collection with links directly to Walmart and Amazon and all that stuff for pretty much all of the go-to swaps that myself and my clients use on a daily basis when we're eating, when we're cooking, when we're making new recipes, all that stuff. So if you want a much larger assortment than just what I cover in this video, go down and grab that for free. It is 100% free. It's yours. Enjoy that. That's it for now. Moving on to some more just miscellaneous items that I keep in my kitchen. These are just some regular old taco shells, but I do buy these on a frequent basis and I work these into my recipes in my cookbook. So I just published a lean beef tacos recipe for my cookbook, and there's no really low carb or low calorie options on the market for taco shells. Of all the ones that I have found, these from Kroger are actually lower per shell than a lot of them on the market. So I buy these. Since we're talking about tacos, let's get into some condiments here. You can't have a good meal with tacos unless you have some Taco Bell fire sauce or mild sauce or Diablo sauce or whatever your jam is. I buy this stuff and I go through it quite a bit because it's 0 calories, basically, but it adds so much flavor. So I will put this on my tacos, and I will also put it into my taco bowls if I'm having just like a lean taco salad or taco chicken salad or something like that. I will drizzle this on top because it just adds so much flavor and spice to the dish without adding really any calories to speak of. So really, really good there. And then let's go ahead and talk about pasta. So there are so many options on the market for pastas. These are a middle of the ground pasta. This is the Banza pasta. It is a chickpea based pasta. And the thing about the Banza pasta that makes it so good is that it tastes and feels like regular pasta. You really cannot tell a difference between this pasta and just regular old pasta. But the nice thing about it is gluten-free and it is higher protein than normal pasta is. So this I use in a base for so many recipes in our cookbook. Our stroganoff recipe, we just released a new classic chicken and noodles crock pot recipe. And in that recipe, I use the linguine version. There's just so many good options that you can make with the Banza. And it's just high enough in protein and fiber that it just pairs well when balanced out with other high protein items. And you can make some good, solid pasta recipes that don't feel weird or nasty because the noodles you're using don't taste like real pasta. So these are my favorites. If I had to pick a pasta that is a little bit better than this one, but you have to order online, probably the best pasta that I have found so far is a pasta called Kaizen pasta. And you can get it on Amazon or just a bunch of other places online. I haven't seen it carried in stores locally, but it is probably the highest protein, lowest carb, lowest calorie pasta combo that I have found. And they make a bunch of different options. I just go with the Banza because I can make it fit into recipes and it's available just at Kroger or Walmart. And I'm always gonna err on the side of things that are easy and convenient for me to find and stuff that I don't have to order online if I can. Moving on to some more just dairy type products. When we get to eggs, I typically will substitute whole eggs and I will instead do these egg makers. Egg makers, also sometimes known as egg beaters, are essentially pure egg whites. They're a pure protein. There's no fat, there's no carbs, but these are flavored and seasoned a little bit to taste like they're a whole scrambled egg. If you don't like that, you can just buy regular cartons of egg whites. If you want to, it's the same, but I like these because they taste more like a whole scrambled egg. And I use these in all of our breakfast dishes in the cookbook almost. We use them in our hash brown scrambles. We use them in our breakfast burritos, in our English muffin recipe. We use them in our biscuits and gravy stack recipe. We use them in so many different recipes. It's just, you know, that's why they're a staple. That's why they're always in our house. And then we get to talking about cheese options. So when it comes to cheese options, I stick to 3 cheese options pretty much across the board. For singles, I just buy the Great Value fat-free singles. These are 30 calories per slice and they have 4 grams of protein, so they're about 50% protein. If you're counting macros and calories, you know that most of the time you're shooting for a minimum of 40% protein in your diet. So to have things like cheese that are at least 40, if not 50% protein, means that you don't really have to worry too much about adding these to dishes or recipes, because you know they're not gonna drag your protein down. They're just gonna basically contribute to you hitting your overall protein goal. And that's why I like these so much. I literally can't tell a difference between these and regular singles because, let's face it, regular American singles aren't exactly a classy food anyway. So not hard to get these right. So the fat-free version is an easy substitute for me. I also will typically use these shredded fat-free cheeses from Great Value. This is their mozzarella, and this is their cheddar. And these are great if you know what you're doing with them. So if you're just throwing these on, say, a taco or something, you're not melting them, they're not the best. You know, they don't necessarily, they're not bad. They just don't have as good a flavor or texture as regular, you know, shredded cheese does. But if you throw them on a dish that you're gonna cook and melt, and you give them just a little bit of moisture, like if you just sprayed the top of them with just a little bit of cooking spray, or even just a little bit of water, then these melt just like normal cheeses. If you don't give them a little bit of moisture, then they burn. And that's why a lot of people don't like them, because they don't know what they're doing with these. But if you give them moisture, they will melt just fine and be gooey and yummy. And it's a great way to, you know, spice up your recipes. I use the mozzarella for our spaghetti bakes and for our chicken parm subs and for all sorts of different things in our cookbook. And then I use the cheddar for all sorts of tacos and quesadillas and things like that, where cheddar is a better choice. So those are my favorite cheese options. Next, let's move through and just talk about some other seasonings and dressings and condiments and all of that stuff. I've got a bunch here. First of all, just good old pink Himalayan salt. So I buy this in a massive container from Costco. It is just pink Himalayan salt. There are so many good options out there. I buy this because this thing is $8 for this massive thing. And I use this in our homemade hydration drinks that we make here at the house. You can find that recipe in a bunch of other videos that I've posted. I've talked about it many different times. And then we just use this to salt all of our food in our recipes and all that stuff. So other seasonings that I'm absolutely in love with right now are these Heath Riles seasonings. There are 2 that I absolutely love right now, and they are these this garlic jalapeno rub and their competition barbecue rub. I get these from Walmart and they're so good. I use this garlic jalapeno rub on roasted vegetables, when I grill pretty much anything, chicken, pork chops. I've used it on grilled shrimp. And the same thing with this competition barbecue rub. They're both good on just about anything you put them on that is grilled or baked or roasted or anything like that, or smoked. Between these 2 seasonings, I have pretty much everything covered, from vegetables to meats, everything in between. They're just really, really good. I always love to buy crushed red pepper because I like spicy food, and crushed red pepper is just a very simple way to spice up any recipe. So a lot of my stir fries, things like that in our cookbook, I add extra red pepper flakes to those so that I can just enjoy a little bit more heat, a little bit more spice. And then this last seasoning here, I love this. This is a ranch seasoning. Yeah, this is the Badia ranch seasoning. And I typically got this from Walmart, and then my local Walmart stopped carrying it, so I actually order it offline now, but it is just so good. I will make toast with 2 slices of the Lewis keto bread, and I will sprinkle this on that toast and give it a light spray with cooking oil, throw it in the toaster, and the flavor of that toast is so good. And I use it as a side to a lot of dishes, like when I make the beef stroganoff recipe, when I make the white chicken chili recipe in the cookbook. I use that ranch toast as my side with those meals all the time, and it's just so good. So really, really good. If you like ranch, you can put this on so many things, and it's 0 calorie, but it adds so much flavor. Next, getting to our condiments and dressings. Dressing wise, we pretty much stick a lot to the Bolthouse Greek yogurt dressings. They're about 55 calories per 2 tablespoons, 50 calories per tablespoons. And it's just a really good middle of the road, relatively low calorie dressing that still tastes really, really good. I have a hard time with a lot of the dressings that are like 5 or 10 calories because they tend to be very vinegar based, and I don't like vinegar and I don't like vinaigrettes. And so I just can't do them. So I have to have something that's more creamy, more saucy. And that's why I like the Bolthouse, because they're just a really good middle of the road dressing. You cannot go wrong with Frank's Red Hot Buffalo Sauce. This stuff is also 0 calorie. We use this we have a buffalo chicken hash brown skillet in our cookbook. We have the buffalo chicken subs in our cookbook. Sometimes I will just buy and throw a few of these chicken tenders into the air fryer and then toss them in the Frank's Red Hot Buffalo. And that can be a meal all on its own, right? Just basically some boneless, buffalo wings made at home in the air fryer. Feels like a cheat, but when you look at the calories and the protein, it's not at all a cheat. It just totally fits. So I love the Frank's Red Hot Buffalo. This sauce right here is probably my favorite condiment on the face of the planet, and it goes into my favorite recipe on the face of the planet right now, which is the Sweet Fire chicken recipe in my cookbook. So this is a G. Hughes brand 0 sugar sweet chili dipping sauce. It's great to dip your high protein chicken nuggets and chicken tenders in, or to toss them in to make wings. But I use it in a lot of Asian stir fries as well, and it is just so good. It is only 5 calories for 2 tablespoons. So you can use a lot of this while adding negligible calories, and it is just so dang good. If there's one recipe in my cookbook that I have gotten so much feedback from our clients that they absolutely just love, it's the Sweet Fire chicken recipe, and it's because of this condiment right here. The last two on the condiments side that I'll talk about here are the no sugar added Sweet Baby Ray's lineup. So they've got a bunch of different options. Here you have their no sugar added barbecue sauce. This is their sweet and spicy. They have an original, I think they have like a hickory. And then this is their no sugar added honey mustard dipping sauce. It is just so good. I have tried a lot of different brands of sugar-free barbecues and sugar-free honey mustards, and there's a lot of decent ones out there on the market. G. Hughes brand actually makes decent ones, but I always felt like the G. Hughes brand sugar-free barbecues left kind of a weird aftertaste. I don't get that at all with these Sweet Baby Ray's brand. They're just so good. They just taste like regular barbecue sauce and regular honey mustard sauce. They're the best that I have found on the market by far. I get these from Walmart, just like almost everything here has been bought from Walmart or Kroger, one of the two. Next, getting into some snacks. So typically for a snack, most days, I am going to do a protein bar of some kind. Now I did a whole video on my favorite protein bar, protein chips, all sorts of protein snack options on this channel. I'll throw up a link or a tag or something here, and I'll put it down in the description if you want to go back and watch that video. The two that I buy the most right now are these pure protein bars. This is my wife's favorite flavor right here. They're zigzag bars. And then mine are just their chocolate deluxe or their chocolate peanut butter, okay? And I like these because their macros are perfect at 180 calories per bar and 21 grams of protein. So the macros are great and they taste great, but they're also not ridiculously expensive. There are tons of other bars on the market that I like a little bit more than these, but they cost a lot more to buy. And these are very economical. I get them for about $14, $15 for a box of 12, which puts them at just a little over $1 per bar, where a lot of other bars are $2.50, $3.50 per bar. And they taste great, but you know, I got 3 kids and gotta put them through college, gotta feed the kids, gotta do all that stuff. So I can't be bougie with my bars. Next is one of my favorite recent salty crunchies. So again, check out the other video, and I actually talk about these in that other video for a lot of salty crunchies and high protein snacks, but these are just one of my favorite right now that I'm buying a lot, and that is the one bean roasted edamame, and this is their sea salt flavored one. They have different ones. I think they have a barbecue, they have a ranch, they have a wasabi, so they have a bunch of different flavors. I just get the roasted sea salt because these are the lowest calorie, high protein option, and they taste great. If you're someone who likes to snack on nuts, then this is probably going to be your jam, because if you like to snack on nuts, you know how quickly you will eat a ton of calories by just snacking on nuts and peanuts and cashews and stuff like that. You get hundreds of calories in no time doing that. This allows you to crunch and get like a fraction of the calories, but way more protein. These are right at about 50% protein. So anytime I'm feeling that urge to just crunch and snack on something salty crunchy, this is my favorite right now because it gives me that experience of eating nuts, but it's very low calorie, high protein. These next two are things that I use as mix-ins when I make protein ice cream. So this one right here is my favorite mix-in. It is the Butterfinger Bites or Butterfinger Bits. And I use this one because I literally have looked at the label on all of the different ones, from M&Ms to, Heath Bits and all the different things. And this one is the lowest calorie per serving that there is, and it tastes amazing. So you can get so it's 1 2/3 tablespoon per 80 calories. So almost 2 tablespoons for 80 calories is really, really good. So I feel like you get more with this than you do with something like Heath Bits or something like that. So I buy this because I feel like I can put more of this into a pint of Ninja Creamy ice cream without shooting the calories super high than I can with something else. So this is my favorite. And then a close second favorite is these Lily's sugar-free baking chips. And this is their peanut butter chip, but they also have semi-sweet chips, milk chocolate chips. They're all really good. And they're all about 50 to 60 calories per tablespoon. So not as low calorie as the Butterfinger Bits, which is why I don't use these as much as the Butterfinger Bits, but these are my two go-tos when I'm putting something into my Ninja Creamy pints on a regular basis. Oh yeah, one more salty crunchy snack that I cannot forget is just popcorn. I absolutely love these Smart Pop 100 calorie bags. I love these because A, they taste good, and B, they're portion controlled. So it's so easy. I can pop one of these bags in 1 minute and 15 seconds, and it is 100 calories exactly. So it just makes it so easy for me to have a snack that I love, especially at the end of the day, and having worked this into my day, where I'm not at risk of just overeating something. Whereas if I was to sit on the couch with an open bag of chips, then I can get in trouble. But I love these because they are so quick, so easy, taste great, great portion control. 100 calorie bags, I mean, you can't beat that. So good. Next, let's get into beverages. So beverages, we frequently, pretty much every week, are restocking on our water flavorings. We drink a lot of water in this house. We make our own electrolyte water with the salt, and then we add a flavoring to our water bottle. And so my favorites oftentimes are just the Great Value brand stuff. I love their Orange Blast, and then we buy a lot of Crystal Light as well. This is their strawberry. I like their fruit punch, but pretty much any water flavoring that is 5 to 10 calories per packet is good. It's gonna add negligible calories. It's gonna give you flavor to your water if you're like me and you don't like drinking plain water, especially salt water, not good without flavoring. So we buy these a lot. I also use this strawberry flavoring with this Jose Cuervo light margarita mix and with this diet tonic water. And I use this to make a strawberry margarita that has no alcohol in it. So it's a strawberry margarita. And literally I just put 1 can of the tonic water in with some ice and about 1/4 cup of, or 4 ounces-ish of this, and then throw my packet in there. And if I want a little bit of extra sweetness, I'll throw just a little bit of stevia powder in with it. So good, just very indulgent, scratches that itch, if you're someone who likes to have real margaritas, this will taste so close to it that if you're trying to stay on plan and not drink, this is the perfect thing to take with you to a party. Take your ingredients with you and make this instead of drinking the real thing. It is so good, and it will save you the hangover and the calories and all that stuff from regular margaritas. Just really, really good. Last on the beverages list is, we'll say second to last on the beverages list, is zero-calorie sweet tea. I love sweet tea. It's just so good. My mom used to homebrew sweet tea when I was growing up, and it was just really, really good. Obviously, she put all the sugar into it. So I just have this taste and this hankering a lot for sweet tea, but this is the great value sugar-free sweet tea, and it is 0 calorie, and it's just really, really good. So you'll know it is 0 calorie because it says it's 0 calorie and it's 0 sugar, and that is what it looks like. It's just really good. We buy this all the time. And then the last thing from a beverages standpoint that I actually don't have here on this table is just diet pop. So I do love a diet soda or a diet pop. We keep a refrigerator out in our garage stocked with it, and it's 0 calorie, so it fits. I know there's a lot of you who will blow up my comments about the fact that some of this food, if not a lot of this food, is processed. I don't care. If you want to go and eat nothing but whole foods, I love you for that. I eat whole foods too. But I don't think there is sufficient studies to really show that there's any problems with artificial sweeteners or any of that stuff. And a lot of the experts in the industry these days are coming out and saying, you know what? There's nothing to worry about here. So I will frequently buy myself an extra large Big Gulp from Speedway, or grab a can out of the refrigerator outside of some Diet Pepsi, 0 sugar Mountain Dew, something like that. It's 0 calorie and it just works. So, and my blood work is great. I'm in great health. My doctor actually told me, I went for my physical about a month ago, and my doctor told me, you're a picture of health. I don't need to see you for 3 years. And then she said, wait a minute, you can't come back in 3 years because then I'll have to do a whole new patient onboarding. So come back in 2 years, but you're great. I don't need to see you for a while. So you know what? I don't think the 0 sugar soda is killing me. So moving on. Speaking of whole foods and also cooking spray, I forgot to mention cooking spray. So we use avocado oil cooking spray. This is the Chosen Foods that we use. Nothing special about it. It's just pure avocado oil spray. I just use the spray so that I will use less of it to conserve calories. But speaking of whole foods, I do want to include some actual whole foods for those of you who are going to blow me up in the comments about not having any fruits or any vegetables. I already showed you some actual real proteins, but I've got onions here, I've got jalapeno peppers, I've got bananas, I've got apples in the fridge, we've got potatoes, we've got shredded lettuce, we've got Brussels sprouts. These are a lot of the staples that I will buy to add to all of these other things in meals and in recipes. So a lot of these other things will be the base of the recipe, and then I will chop up onions and peppers and throw them in just about anything because I think it's an awesome combo. One of my favorite things to do is to chop up onions, peppers, and Brussels sprouts, throw them on a cookie sheet, and just season them up and roast them. Super good. I eat that all the time. If I'm feeling froggy, I will also chop up some potato and throw it in there as well. And now I've got some starch in there as well. Really, really tasty. And then shredded lettuce. I mean, what is there to say about shredded lettuce? It's like 0 calorie practically, and you can just throw it into anything. You can throw it on sandwiches, you can throw it in a taco bowl, you can throw it in a taco, quesadilla, on a burger. It's just so easy to work with. And I really like Kroger because Kroger does not put preservatives on their vegetables. So I can't buy packaged shredded lettuce or Brussels sprouts or anything like that from Walmart because the preservatives that they put on them I'm allergic to, and they make my throat itch and my esophagus tighten up and all that stuff, and it's just really uncomfortable. But Kroger doesn't do that. All of Kroger's stuff is triple washed, no preservatives. So I'm a huge fan of Kroger for that reason. I just can't buy vegetables really or packaged vegetables from Walmart because of the preservatives. But we're a huge fan of bananas and apples in this house. Those are probably the two biggest fruits that we eat the most of. Now, if you want more options like this, I will put a link down below in the description for a grocery swaps list. It's a comprehensive list with links to all of these products plus a ton more. This is just a fraction of the things that I like and that I buy. And on that list, there is so much more. In fact, there's protein bars, protein chips, there's protein shakes, there's yogurts. It's literally everything you can think of. Just so many options. So if you want like sort of my full list, click the link down below and I'll send that to you for free. And that's it. See you guys later. Bye-bye.